Hey everyone, welcome. I've got Brett with me today, who we've worked together in a kind of a range of different ways over the last. We were just talking about it over the last kind of 5 years, and yeah, I thought it'd be really interesting to get Brett's kind of reflections and take on things. So, Brett, just by way of introduction, do you want to give people a bit of an overview of who you are and your professional background, etc., that kind of side of things?
Yeah, once upon a time a mechanical engineer, but for the last 20 odd years, I've been in procurement and supply chain, working for various large and small companies, more typically large companies.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, and like you said, I think probably since 2019, we've been working together in different shapes and forms.
Hmm. And then I'm always interested because, like, a lot of people know that they need help, but a lot of people don't reach out for it. And maybe you've even felt that yourself about reaching out for help, but then not done it. So, what actually made the difference for you, and what was the driving forces behind going, yeah, I'm actually going to invest in myself and do this? What were some of the contributing factors that made that happen for you?
I guess I've found over the years in other areas of life, so like building a house, use an architect because they actually bring to bear skills and knowledge that you just don't have. We can all draw a picture of a house layout, but the subtlety of the and the skills that come to bear. Same with a financial advisor, and the same with we all think about our lives, but have someone with an external lens and a structured approach and perhaps more formal training and skills that's working in that field every day can actually add an extra layer of benefit. So, um, so yeah, I guess I've always seen that benefit of in different areas of life having that skilled person that can add some extra perspective and knowledge.
And and so then kind of coming into coaching, what were some of the areas that you particularly wanted to focus on, or what was the goal that you wanted to achieve to start with? Can you remember?
Yeah, I think initially my memory of it is that it was more around career management and where to next. I was things had gone a bit. I've had lots of great experiences in my career, but I was in a period where it wasn't quite working out for me. So just to get that extra help and clarity. But I think what was good, probably Robin, which I didn't expect going into it, was the holistic way that you and the team go about it. It became um, an opportunity to look at life holistically, not just work in isolation, but I guess the point that it all works in harmony with the personal and
Mm.
um, I guess the 100 bubbles of energy that you've got in every day and how to share those energies was one that stuck with me. That if you just concentrate on work, and that's actually not the answer. So it's a holistic approach.
Yeah, and I mean, I just get really disappointed when people just look at like the work kind of aspect because,
Mm.
and unfortunately, I've just heard of someone who did similar work to me, for instance, who committed suicide last year, and like pressures of work and stuff. And I'm like, there's more to it than that. Do you know what I mean? Like, as soon as,
Yeah.
or someone who, they try to achieve a particular, there was someone a couple of years ago, very senior person, managing partner, was just talking about he'd compromised his old personal life and was just about to retire. And, like in months, and then before he, like about a month before he actually did the retirement, he had a heart attack and died. And so he never had those experiences with his kids that he said that he was going to give them. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah,
Mm.
I actually, sometimes we look at people who are really successful in business or careers and aspire to be them, but have they got all their shit together behind the scenes as well? And so I actually think the most successful people do have that holistic, approach. Because if you fall over, everything falls over. And so what did you find most useful out of it? Because obviously we do like the coaching, which is what it says, but then we do the training, the advising, we do the personal and the professional and the holistic. What were the bits that you find most kind of impactful for yourself?
I think one thing that was a little bonus that I guess you know, I started out with like I said, the specific goal of career management or whatever, but I thought the group sessions that and I'm presuming you do still run those,
Yeah,
where we
definitely.
have the Tuesday and the Friday where different topics, and lunch and learn, and that was really good because it would give a I give a prompt on a different type of topic that you might not have um, necessarily had front of mind, that you can still take something away. And particularly at COVID, when everyone was home and could log on just during their lunchtime, it doesn't really interfere at all with your working day, because you stop for lunch and everyone has a bite to eat. And yeah, so I found that quite a good bonus opportunity, just to be curious and learn about different things. So that was a um, yeah, a welcome extra bonus to the whole process. And I think I was probably, along with a few other people, I generally didn't miss too many sessions for a while there, because they added quite a lot of value.
Yeah, yeah, there was a bit of a cohort there through kind of COVID, and we do the group sessions, and some people, you know, are interested in them, and some people aren't. But like I say, I think there's a lot of value in just about a particular subject, hearing the radical different views of like a diverse range of people. It just opens up your thinking that little bit more. So yeah,
Yeah, well, the one that literally earlier today, and there was one, forget exactly what the topic that you officially called it, but with the different brain phases and the binaural beats and the music, and how that can.
yeah, yeah, our minds of meditation. That one's called. Yeah,
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 okay. So like that one, for me as a blokey engineer type background guy, that's pretty woo woo and out there
yeah.
compared to what I would have found for myself. But um, yeah, that was one where I had an open mind, and it was a great session. And there's probably not a day that goes by where I don't listen to binaural beats to help concentrate, get my
Yeah.
brain phase in the right state for work, or
That's awesome.
to go
That's
to
why I
sleep,
love doing
or
this. That's why I love doing these sessions because I hear things that I didn't know were the case. Yeah, because that one it was really around like just breaking down the science behind it and what actually physically happens and how it can be helpful so that you're demystifying things, do you know what I mean? That you might have kind of dismissed. And I don't mind if people dismiss them afterwards, but let's actually lean into them to kind of learn a little bit about them. So yeah.
yeah. I think, yeah, approaching it with an open mind, because for a guy like me, that would have been easy to say, that's a Byron Bay, put on my tie dye t-shirt and
Yeah, yeah.
go a
Yeah.
little bit woo woo, but it's great. Like, that's a genuinely, um, yeah, like I said, every day I listen to that type of
That's awesome.
music for sleep or concentration or.
Um, so last question, just to wrap it up, any advice or guidance that you would give anyone who is in that position of feeling like there's an area of their personal or professional life that's not quite right? Any advice from yourself on for them?
Um, Look, maybe after the discussion, I'll reflect back and think of something else. But I think probably one thing that, for someone that's on the outside and hasn't taken up, coaching, whether it's with yourself or someone else, there's probably a lot of people thinking, because there's a cost to it, right? So, but it's the same as the doctor. You're gonna spend money on your broken arm, or you're gonna um, save the money and have a broken arm at home. And to,
Up with the pound.
which is, when you use that analogy, like, of course, you're going to go to the doctor and spend the money. So, and the same for your own self-development. And yeah, it genuinely is an investment. So if you care about, enjoying your life and getting the most out of it, then the cost is it's worth you know making the sacrifice if that's the case. Or if you've got enough money, then jump in
Yeah.
and do it, because I'm sure that's a barrier to a lot of people, where they think, oh, they add up what 10 sessions might cost and compare that to a dinner on a Friday night, or and so, yeah. But I think maybe I'd just encourage people to reflect on what really gives you value in your life, and
Mm.
um,
That,
that's
that's
the thing.
That's really true, because we say we don't have enough, but then we spend it on other things. And the same that I got, and that's where I'm always working with a coach, or and have done over the years. The same that helped me really break that was that if I'm not prepared to invest in myself, then what am I? You know what I mean? It was just like it became a non-negotiable thing to make sure that I do that. So cool. Well, thanks a lot, Brett. Great to see you again, and we'll see everyone very soon. Take care. Bye now.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Feel free to share with friends, and check out what's up next for more videos from my channel.